Alright everyone, it is time for us to talk about the task scheduler. Why stay up late at night just to clean your machine before the next day, when we can tell the machine to do this automatically, among many other things. With the task scheduler, we can schedule it to open applications using executable files. We can have it run scripts. We can even have it open and execute on batch files. You can go to town with it. So to get started, let's find the task scheduler. That's going to be in our start button. And in the start button, we're going to head all the way down the left side, scrolling through our start menu. And we're going over to Windows Administrative Tools. When we click on this, it's a large list of tools. So scroll down and we're going to find inside of here Task Scheduler. It's got the clock. So we can click on that clock with Task Scheduler and it'll open up our application. When Task Scheduler opens up, we might do some resizing of our windows because it is a huge amount of info. Don't let it scare you. So I'm just going to orient my window a little bit here, expand it and move it around. There we go. That's better. So what we can see here is a general overview of the Task Scheduler. On the left, we've got a pane where we can sort through a lot of the different tasks that will exist. We can expand and collapse that. In the middle, we'll be able to take a look at some of the tasks that are already in existence. And then on the far right side, we have actions that we can take. Now let me scroll down in the middle pane. What we'll see here is on my machine, there's 83 some tasks running in the background. Now, not all these are scheduled to run. We can sort through all these and you'll find some that are created by Microsoft Windows, some that are created by third-party applications that want to keep updated regularly. There's tons of them. So don't worry about this. What we want to do now is talk about scheduling our own individual tasks for our own purposes. What I want to do is talk about cleaning up my PC automatically on Sundays, for example. So on the right side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on Create a Basic Task. When I select Create Basic Task, we're going to get a pop-up. And this pop-up window is going to load and it's going to show us that we can name it. So here it is. Create the basic task, give it a name. This is going to be called Clean Up My PC. For the description, I'm going to say what this is for. And it's going to be that we're going to use disk cleanup on Sundays. And you know what? I don't have to run it manually. We're going to have this thing scheduled to run automatically. When I click next, it says, when should it run? Should this be daily, weekly, monthly, just one time, or even when the computer boots up, when I log in with an account, or even when a specific event is logged as occurring? I'm going to go with weekly. When I select weekly, I can click next and it will get some weekly settings. For example, when to start. I'm going to click on my calendar and I'm going to have this thing start on Sunday. This Sunday. And for the time for it to start, I'm going to have it go to 11:55 p.m. So 11:55 p.m. when hopefully I'm sleeping, my system's going to do a disk cleanup for me automatically. We'll have this occur every week and I'll have it occur every Sunday. From here, I can click next, and now we get to choose what's going to happen, which should be disk cleanup. We're going to use start a program. We're not going to do the deprecated send an email or deprecated give us a message on our machine. We're going to use start a program and click next. This is now the hardest part of the task scheduler. We need to select the program that we want to run or the batch file or script we're going to execute. For me, I'm going to click on that browse button on the right side, and we're going to get the Windows System 32 directory, which is a massive directory. I had to do some online research, and I found that the cleanmgr.exe is the executable file for disk cleanup. So I'm going to select that and click Open. Now the issue I have here is if I just finish this with a Next and a Finish button, at 11:55 at night, disk cleanup's going to open, and it's going to wait for me to do something. But I'm hopefully going to be asleep. So I need this to automate. So I need to use this add argument field here. But I don't know what the arguments are. Well, there's a couple ways to figure it out. For example, I can click my start button and we're going to look for a command prompt, which is command prompt or CMD. I'm going to run it as administrator. This is going to take me to the directory of Windows System 32 with elevated privileges. Inside of here, I'm going to use clean mgr, which is that application, and followed by my / for help. And what I'm going to get here is the possible arguments, and these are just some of them. We can set an instance, which sage set means we can actually build settings in our registry file where n is an instance number. And then later on, I can use sage run to call upon those settings for disk cleanup that are stored in my registry. This is what I'm about to do here. So first, let's start off by setting some configuration for disk cleanup that we can call upon. And that's going to be our clean mgr, and that's .exe, followed by / sage set, and we're going to make that say instance 1. When I hit enter here, it's going to open up disk cleanup and allow me to choose options, and these options will be saved in the registry for instance 1. So we'll say things like, you know what, temporary setup files, sure. I'm going to scroll down and look for the recycle bin. I know I got garbage in there. Set the recycle bin. Maybe that downloads folder will wipe out, which can be dangerous because you don't want to lose stuff. And I'm going to click OK. And when I click OK, these settings are going to be saved as instance 1 in my registry. And just take a look for a second. Here's my recycle bin. It's full of garbage. I've got garbage in the recycle bin. And we're going to watch this thing clear out automatically. So what we need to do now is we have this instance 1 set for disk cleanup in the registry. Now we need to call upon it with our task scheduler. And that'll be according to the arguments that we saw, sage run : 1. We're going to run instance 1. I'm going to go ahead and click next. I get a review of all my settings, the name of clean up my PC, do it on Sundays, every week at 11:55 at night on every Sunday. And we're going to run cleanmanager.exe, which is disk cleanup, and call upon instance 1 for the settings stored in my registry. I'll click finish. On the left side, I can go ahead and click on Task Scheduler Library in the left pane, and we'll see this now listed as one of the items that are going to be occurring. It is ready, it's good to go. I can right-click on it, we can run it right now, which we're about to do. I can end it if it is running. I can disable this thing so it doesn't occur anymore. I can export it and bring it into another PC as an import, or I can modify it by clicking Properties, or I can say I'm done with it completely and just delete it. Watch that recycle bin. We're going to run it right now just to test it out, just to make sure it's working correctly, and it should clear that recycle bin automatically. When I click run, in the bottom we see it's performing, it's going, and then it's going to shut down automatically. And that recycle bin is no longer full of garbage. And also, if there's stuff in the downloads folder, scary, they're now gone. Make sure you did want to clear that regularly. But you can always review your settings and change it at a later time. So this is Task Scheduler. This is having fun and being able to practice and make it effective for you in your workplace and at home. Play with it.